Hello, I'm Cameron Sheeter, and here with my partner Noah Gresham. We are the founders and developers of Helping Hands, a crisis prevention application focused on the Terre Haute area.
Hello. Once again, Cameron and I are the founders of Helping Hands, and Cameron is the main project manager, lead developer, and back-end programmer for the application, and I'm the front-end developer and concept artist for the application. We're members of the Terre Haute community, and we're committed to bringing the community this application with the hopes that it will allow them to have access to the necessary services in times of need.
The main problem that we found is people don't have access to the information about the 8 locations in Terre Haute. There are lots of people out there that can't afford food, or they're kicked out of their house because they can't afford it, or they could even be in a domestic abuse relationship and they need somewhere to go and they don't have anywhere to go, so they stay. And the problem is there's not enough information out there for the locations in Terre Haute.
One of the main solutions to this problem is to have an app with all the local humanitarian aid locations, medical facilities, and other emergency services easily available and thoroughly vetted for accuracy and accessibility within the app. The reason for this is while Google is great and it has a lot of this information accurately displayed, some of it isn't as accurate as we would like it to be. And what our app does is have it all in one environment, easily accessible, and thoroughly vetted to make sure that everything is accurate, up to date.
The function of the app is to allow the user to pick one of 4 main categories of aid. Those categories being medical, food, shelter, and emergency. Once one of these is chosen, a list of locations in the Terre Haute area providing this aid are listed. Then the user may choose one of these and be given the location, the hours, and the phone number, and they are even able to get turn-by-turn directions and call directly from the app.
The main target consumers for our application are people who routinely need access to these services but may not necessarily know the location of, say, the local food bank or the local Catholic charities in the area, or maybe where the only free clinic in town is. The reason why we felt that this application would be necessary is because they may not need all this information immediately whenever they download the application, but this application is more meant to be a starting point for them to plan in the event that they need emergency medical care or that they need some sort of services. And we also learned from our market research that Android phones and other smartphones like it have reached market saturation, meaning that everyone that's going to own a smartphone owns one. So even homeless people down the street own a smartphone, and they can benefit from this creation of this app by having access to these resources.
Now, there are other apps out there that provide similar information about aid, but these apps typically focus on a national level in the big charities and big aid foundations. Our app focuses more on Terre Haute, so that allows us to provide information on the local charities that may not show up during a Google search, which gives more places and more options for people to get the help that they need.
Our organization is classified as a nonprofit. The reason behind this decision is basically we felt that it would be exploitative of the people that we are serving with this application if we wanted to make profit from it in any way. So rather than be considered two-fisted and trying to make a profit over someone else's pain, we just thought that it would be better to be considered a nonprofit.